signals for the Baltimore Colts. Unitas gives to Amici. The Colts are the world champions. Amici scores.
It's amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California has won the big game. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
This is Phil Steele.
This is Mike Burnop.
This is Wes Durham.
This is Mike Ashley.
Hi, this is Chuck Foreman, number 44 of the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo, mercy, this is handsome Jimmy Vine, the Boogie Woogie Man.
This is Coach Fry with Virginia Tech Football, and you are listening to Big Dog Sports Talk.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Okay, let's do it.
You're in the doghouse with Rick Watson on Big Dog Sports Talk, presented by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. Join us in the Family Fencing Studios and chime in on the McClellan Chiropractic chat line. He's keeping cool with help from Little River Heating and Air, but this show is straight fire. And now, the big dog, Rick Watson.
Rick Watson's got the mic, he's the big dog king. Cover sports so sharp, it's a New River thing. Virginia Tech fire, rapid pride too. Every stat, every play, he's bringing it to you. He's got that voice, deep as a valley, breaking it down, no dilly, no dally. Big dog sports talk, feel the bark. He's got the scoop, faster than a sprint. Calling plays like a coach, every word's a hint. From the courts to the fields, the stories unfold. Rick's play-by-play, worth its weight in gold. With a laugh and a growl, he'll pull you in. Big Dog's podcast, let the games begin. Big Dog Sports Talk, feel the
God bless her. How hard she works with a little ornament of wine. Hope everybody got all their Christmas stuff done. Hit us up on the McClellan Chiropractic chat room. In the McClellan Chiropractic chat room, not on. Or the Professional Door BDST text line, 540-391-0788. Good morning to everybody. How you doing? Good morning, Prometheus. Hey, sweet, man. He's rocking the BDST t-shirt. Man, I'll tell you what, the reviews are in. Thanks to Brandon at Top Shelf Apparel, the BDST shirts are very highly well received. Hey, Heath. Good morning, brother. And I love it. I'm getting pictures of people are taking pictures of them and sending them to me on the Professional Door text line. People are seeing them out in the community. That's great. They are nice. This is now the Emmy-nominated new theme song. I'm very excited, very humbled. Very humbled. What's up, Steven? Good morning. How are you, brother? Good stuff all the way around. We got a big show today, too, man. This is a good way to close it out before we head out for a couple days. We got Marva in Miami going to join us coming up. We've got Brian Seigla from the Boundary Corner podcast. I believe David Smith's good to go. Good morning, Rodney. How you doing, brother? Merry Christmas. Hey, I made the deadline yesterday. Tell Mike Williams he's got my article. It's great. It's great. And then Mike Burnop. So we got a lot going on today, man. A whole lot going on today. And we're glad to have you with us, wherever you might be. So this week in the Patriot, I'm going to be writing about Christmas time memories highlighted by sports gifts. I put up on our BDST Facebook page a picture of an old Sears catalog ad in the NFL jackets. I think I mentioned this last week, and they are dazzling. Got a lot of response. So things like that. You know, when we were kids, we always hated to get clothes, right? You had certain things you wanted, toys, video games, whatever it might be. And then when you opened up a box and it was like socks or underwear or dress shirts, you were just so disappointed. so disappointed. But when you opened up a box and it was an NFL related item, like the Letterman's jacket, which I found mine, I have to bring it out. It's not in great shape. I found it up at my mom's when we cleaned out the house. But it had like the leather sleeves and it's great. It's great. So I'll write about that this week in the Patriot, highlighted, of course, by electric football. Not electronic handheld, but the board, setting it up, turning it on, hearing the motor, and playing that way. So I hope everybody has a great holiday. Today is my mom's birthday. It'll be the third birthday she has spent in heaven. I miss her terribly. As I know, a lot of you have also lost your parents or a parent. It doesn't get any easier as you go through the holidays. You feel like you can cope with it better, but you don't necessarily, you never get over it. And there's always that void there. So it's one of those deals, you know, that you have to go through. Fortunately, today, I came up with a way to honor her. So my kids are going to come in for a little while. They're all in, but I mean, they're going to come here for a little while, and we're going to go out and do a little shopping and have lunch together. My mom and I used to do that. I don't know, man, for like the last 25 years she was here, she wanted to go out as I got older. And it's the same with my kids. It's basically, let's go out and find you some stuff. We'll wrap it. But I don't know what you need. You're all working. You're all doing your thing. Let's go get a few things. So we're going to do that to honor her, because my mom and I used to go out. She loved it. We'd go out and shop, and she would finish up shopping. We'd get some things, and then we would have, lunch. And it was kind of a Christmas tradition. So I'm going to start that today with my kids right after the show. So. Thank you, Prometheus. It's, everybody deals with it. I'm not unique. I mean, I know everybody's got their own emotions this time of year. But it's tough. It's tough. Rodney had the electric football game. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I can't really. One day I'll figure out a way to take this thing around and show you. And I can do that on the phone. I can do a live thing, but I have three of my boards. They're up in my my brand new utility shed that I'm very proud of. And it was the greatest toy ever. People gave it a bad rap because they said you turn it on and they'd have it up too high and the vibrations and the players would bounce. But not me. I would set up play formations and it was great. But I talk about that this week in the Patriot article. So check it out. And I showed you the one that my mom had painted. The Houston Oilers have no at all Legion fan interest in the Houston Oilers, but she painted that team for me. And I tell that story in the new article. So check it out. Check it out. So it's interesting. Talked to Todd Grantham last night. So Sean Spencer is coming back to be with James Franklin. He was what is now the former defensive line coach at Texas A&M. Another guy that, James Franklin knows. What's interesting about that whole thing is he was asked to leave by Mike Elko. This is the second time that Tech has added a coach from another staff that has been asked to leave. Elijah Robinson, who Mike Elko had worked with. You start to get a theme here, coaches just liking to hire or getting more into hiring folks that they know. Elijah Robinson is the new defensive line coach. He was also been named co-defensive coordinator at A&M. He had worked with Mike Elko after he went to Syracuse. So now he's going there, and Tech is getting Spencer. So we'll see how all that plays out. Another recruiting situation. Of course, apparently Elijah Robinson's an excellent recruiter. But we'll see. We'll see. But we're starting to get tidbits of the staff without any official announcement coming. And, of course, everything's locked down by James Franklin over at Virginia Tech. TLB, good morning. Our Coleco Electric football game was more like a drunken square dance than a football game. Yeah. Now, the Coleco was cool. It was a little bigger, right? And you had two ends that you could play. I had the Coleco for a while. The one that I had was the Mattel, obviously. I had the number 1, the white one. And then they had electronic football number 2, which was the green one. Right. So you had 1 and 2, and I think number 2, you had more passing options, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I remember the Coleco game. The Tudor company, TUDOR, who made the electric football boards, also made a handheld that was really cool too. But yeah, those were great, man. Those were great. Remember the hot shot basketball games? Remember those? I think it was called hot shot, whatever, basket. No, they were called basket. I think there was one called hot shot and one called basket, BAS-KET. And you'd have the little ping pong balls that were orange, and you'd have them lined up on the court, and you would hit the lever and shoot the ball. Remember those? Those are cool, man. I used to have those too. I wouldn't mind finding one of those now. But you could go long range and shoot. You had to. And then, of course, Nerf hoops were always a thing, man. Always Nerf hoops in the house. We'll ask Marva if she had any sports memories, sports toy memories. But that's great stuff. And then you get older, you don't get stuff like that. You have to go out and buy your own toys. That's what it is. You get a job and you're able to, then you go out and you buy your own stuff because you don't get stuff anymore. I want to thank Family Fencing here before we head into our holiday break, our Christmas break. 540-200-8294, sponsor of our studios. Go give Jason Green and his folks a call. They will work through the winter. Oh, we're going to ask Marva about Bobby Petrino. The bizarreness of Bill Belichick in Carolina continues. Hey, Samsonite. Good morning. He missed getting new train sets. Yeah, I used to get those too. So, Samsonite, did you get the Lionel or the Tyco? Remember Tyco? I think I had mostly Tyco trains. Thanks to McClellan Chiropractic, sponsor of our live chat, which we're interacting with you right now. Go see Mark Hundley. Good morning, Samson. Used to love getting trains, man. I had at one time I had the whole ply board. I had like a little train village, set up. It wasn't anything elaborate, but I thought it was cool. A couple buildings and some trees and water and stuff like that. Go see Bob Christ and the Ready Set Fund, readysetfund.com. Bob Christ 11, Crist at gmail.com. He's the brother of the legendary Hall of Fame coach, Dave Christ. He's outstanding. You had a line. Okay, those were cool too. Hey, Tootie, good morning. Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, I had one of those. Yeah. You could put a little bit of oil in the engine of the locomotive, and you get little smoke rings that would come out of it. I certainly do. Yeah. That was cool, man. When you were a kid, you thought, look at this. I've got a real train going. And you did. You did. And I follow a lot of those folks on Instagram. There's a lot of professional model train guys. It's unbelievable. Professional Door Incorporated, residential, commercial garage doors, family owned and operated 38 years. Thanks to Travis Williams. Merry Christmas, Travis. Congratulations to you and your awesome business, keeping your dad's legacy alive. And thanks for sponsoring our text line. No, they do not. They do not make them like that anymore. The ones that they do make like that are pretty expensive, and they're pretty much for the guys the main, just awesome hobbyists. These folks have put in a lot, man. As is National Bank, member FDIC, Larry Ramsey, the official banking partner of BDST, the exclusive banking partner of Rick Watson and BDST. Been there 35 years. We'll go see them today. We're getting some good answers for our BDST fan question of the week, brought to you by the attorney Ryan Pry. He specializes in trust and estate planning. We're just asking for Christmas memories. We'll have those on Friday. Some of the things that you received, sports-wise, and so forth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're presented each and every day by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. Merry Christmas to Jonathan Sweet, Tim Miller, and all those folks. We're getting ready to flip the calendar over, and pretty soon warmer weather will be here, and the new multiplex will be open, and business is going to be pouring into Pulaski County and surrounding areas. Thanks to Charles Lee. Merry Christmas to Charles. He can give you a Merry Christmas by taking care of your heating and air needs. Little River Heating and Air, 1095 Radford Street, Christiansburg, 540-553-2971. You should go get your next vehicle at Harvey's GM in Radford. Go see Brad Harvey. Merry Christmas, Brad, and all the people in the service department. You're outstanding. I've bought my last 3 vehicles from him, and I'll make sure I get my next one from him too. Lawson's Mobile Home Supply. It's been the place for manufactured home parts for the last, oh my goodness, we're going almost 30 years. Windows, doors, and plumbing supplies. They also install. Give James Lawson a call, 540-381-8011. The NRV Super Bowl, 25 years in business over here in Christiansburg. They've put a lot of money into it. You won't recognize the place if you go in there. They now have a late night special going on from 11 to 1 a.m. It started on December the 12th. The leagues are popping, and we're going to have those folks on here very soon to talk about everything going on with the Super Bowl. They are doing a great job. And I mentioned Brandon at Top Shelf. Thanks to everybody, the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce, Steve Bufato, and all those folks and everything that they're doing. Appreciate that. Do I like college basketball first halves? Well, I'm a college basketball announcer, so I get to experience a lot of first halves. It's hard to believe we're getting ready to jump into conference play. It's almost here. From that Southwestern Virginia voice as deep as the valley known as Rick Watson, make sure everyone that sunny Palm Coast is not forgotten. BDST says, ho, 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 and let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, Morris, they get better all the time. Cheers. Cheers, mate. I don't know how you do that. DLB says we had that big rail work train by Mark's Toys. Yeah. It was built like a tank and lasted for years. It had those smoke drops. Yeah. I remember having one of those. I'm not sure if Tyco, maybe they did. But yeah, pretty cool memories, man. Train around the tree. But I always liked having a train. I did. They were always really, really cool. Really, really cool. Yes, the Super Bowl entertainment choice, Keith, is awful. Awful. And the NFL having very little self-awareness, pushing its own agenda. Yes, 100%. When you hire someone who's actively said they hate half the country and you still proceed with that and defend it as if you would never consider replacing them, tells you where the league stands with half of his fans. Merry Christmas to you, Morris. Says it's been a pleasure and quite the surprise to have found this podcast. I love the personalities and wit. Yes, the show, we're 4 months in now, and I'm blown away by the response. Please subscribe, like, and share our channel. It's easy. It's free, by the way. Thanks to everybody. Appreciate that. It's awesome. Didn't think I would be here 4 months later. Wasn't sure. I won't say I didn't think I would. I just didn't. It was all it was like you're jumping in and you're hiking through the territory, and you don't know what you're going to find at the next mountain you climb or the next woods you walk into. And here we are. Here we are. TLB says, I keep loose change all year, and our grandkids save it for a piggy bank. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I bet you that wasn't fun, TLB, hanging out with your grandson doing shopping, huh? Exactly. That's what I'm hoping to replicate today. Now, my kids are older, but I'll have a lot of the feels of mom today. It'll remind me of that. Hokey Bob got you turned on to the show, Morris. Thank you, Hokey Bob. We love Hokey Bob. Hokey Bob is a longtime supporter and follower of the program. Great guy. Great guy. Hey, David, good morning. Merry Christmas to everybody. Again, we won't have a show tomorrow or, of course, Thursday. And we'll be back on Friday. We've already got Jen and Mike Ashley, and we might have Damian Sordelette might jump on Friday. So we might have a full lineup on the 26th. But we will take a couple days off and be back on Friday. A couple days to enjoy just complete time off and doing, things around the holidays that you're supposed to be doing, which is spending time with family and taking a deep breath, eating more good foods, and probably consuming adult beverages. Well, actually, take out the probably part. Consuming adult beverages. Of course, in the confines of your own home. Have Hokey Bob sing with Jen playing the sax. Boy can sing. Really? Bob's got some pipes? Yeah, we could put him on here. We could put him on here. By the way, Jen lost the bet. I picked Miami. She lost Texas. She picked Texas Tech. That means she now has to play the saxophone, Careless Whisper, here on the program. And I think that's going to happen on Friday. You don't want to miss that. Careless Whisper coming your way on Friday, courtesy of Jen, the Gamecock girl. She owes me. She lost the bet. She did. Good morning, Wayne. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of longtime supporters of this program, Wayne and his lovely wife, Carol. I'm looking so forward to well, that was going to sound bad. I was going to say, boy, I can't wait to get in that box that you sent me. What a great year and great holiday to have BDST back with the peeps. Yeah, it was about a year ago that I ended the radio show. A little over a year. Kind of took some time to chill. When am I going to start doing live remotes? As soon as I find a sponsor that will pay for them. So if you're a sponsor, by the way, you can check with every sponsor that's been part of this new program, and they're all reaping benefits one way or the other, either getting business directly or referrals. It's all about a partnership. They're supporting the show, and hopefully we're supporting that business. So it's great. So if you have anybody in mind, hit me up. We'd love to do remotes. So I need a restaurant's what we need. We need to have, because we need to do like a March Madness bracket coming up here in a few months. So we need to get a restaurant involved. Hey, Joseph, good morning. You Irishman, you. Love getting a slot car racetrack. We'd run it, melting the small rubber tires off the small cars. Run it. Yeah, that happened too. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Joseph. Yeah. Early 2000s, it was an afternoon show. Certainly was. It originally started 4 to 7, then it moved to 3 to 6. Yeah. Yes, sir. In 2004, we broke the news to the world that Virginia Tech had been invited to the ACC, courtesy of Wes Durham, who called me. He was in the meeting. And that got the show going to a different stratosphere. It was shortly after that we started having the director of athletics at Virginia Tech, Jim Weaver, on every week, and head coach Frank Beamer and Bud Foster, the offensive coordinator, would toggle weeks. We'd have Coach Beams on, and then we'd have Bud on the next week. Walked into the Kroger one day, headed to do the show, and apparently Cheryl and the kids were out of town. Coach Beamer was in there, and I said, "What are you doing, Coach?" Summertime. Oh, just hanging out. He was telling me everybody's out of town. I said, "Well, if you want to, come on up here to the studio, man. Just hang out. We'll get ready to go do the show." Not a lot going on this summer. Didn't think I'd see him. Sure enough, we see him pull up in his, I think at the time he had a truck. Here comes Coach Beamer. Just sat down in the studio with me. We did the whole show. Just took calls, talked about his days growing up in Southwest Virginia, starting out with Coach Lindenberg at Radford High School, talked about Murray State, his relationship with Bud, how he got Virginia Tech turned into one of the top 20 programs in the country. You talk about times that you can't ever replicate, especially with the way it is today with coaches. Hell, the new football coach at Virginia Tech has the whole place locked down. Those were the days. Those were the days. You could call down to Florida State and Tallahassee and get Bobby Bowden's secretary. "Hey, it's Rick up here in Southwest Virginia." He'd come on, call me a sorry rascal. I already have reached out about Coach Franklin, and I got a resounding doubtful that he'll do anything like this. I'm not bitter. It's his choice. Don't think that this is, I never expected him to do it. But yeah, of course I reached out. Sure. He's not doing anything, at least right now. He's not even talking to people who cover Virginia Tech for a living, you know. Morris says, "So glad Bobby Ross recommended Frank and Steve Spurrier turn Virginia Tech down." Yeah, it was the perfect storm, man. And really, you know, we owe it all to Dave Brain for giving him that extra chance, one more chance. Made him replace some people on staff. And you know what? He used to talk about that. Coach Beamer, he didn't hide from that. Hey, man, I was out the door. I already packed up my stuff, and Dave Brain gave me another shot. Look, here's some conditions. Can't go 3-8 anymore. And then all of a sudden it turned. And here comes 1995 and the Sugar Bowl, and the rest is history. And then here comes that guy that revolutionized the quarterback position in college football forever. Yeah. Yeah, Rodney, it's disappointing, but not surprising from the people who know James Franklin. I would love to have a BDST Bojangles tailgate show. That would be awesome. Maybe we can get Coach. Get Coach Foster to help out. Yes, and Dutch. Yeah, Dutch was a big part of that. Great times, man. Great people. Go over there on Tech Football Media Day, and you'd have total access. And I would have a little extra access to any player I wanted. And it's great times, man. Great times. No distrust, no paranoia, no fear for whatever it might be. I don't know why it's evolved in the way that it has. I know the media has played a large part in it. The media is not good. The access media has abused their rights. I get it, even the sports media. But a lot of these guys just immediately close off. I don't know why James Franklin's decided to be like this immediately since he got here. It's his choice. It's his prerogative, you know. It's not a criticism. I don't think anybody likes it, but it's strange. It's strange. It was strange that he was the only coach, by the way, who left his institution, whether they were fired or whether they left on their own to not send a thank you to the fans or his players. You know, it is what it is. Hey, Hokey Bob. Merry Christmas. Love to sing along with Jen. Maybe Morris can throw one of his world-renowned parties and we can all get together. Now, Jen would be there in a heartbeat. She goes down to Tampa all the time to see Holly. How would you like that, Morris? Jen and Holly show up on the Palm Coast. As you're out there with your margarita, watching the sunrise, and then all of a sudden, here she comes with Holly. So many of these great coaches are homegrown from here in our area. Yeah, they are. Remember those days, though? Vic was a dime in the rough. No social media. All found by word of mouth and tape. Yeah. Wayne, how many of you had the NFL bed and curtain set? Me. Yeah, man. Had them with all the logos. It was awesome. And you didn't mind getting that either, you know, along with clothes. You didn't mind opening up that stuff if it, you know, decorated your room. So Jen's going to play the sax on Friday because she lost the bet. And I believe it's going to be Careless Whisper. Yep. Oh, yeah. The greatest writing utensils ever in the history of mankind. The NFL 28 pack. And by the way, if you look them up online, they're now worth. Let me look up. I'm going to go to eBay right now. NFL pencils. If you get one of the ones that are wrapped up, if it's still in a, you know, okay, for instance, the AFC or NFC set alone is $60. If you had the full pack of 28, and we're talking about the originals from the 70s. Yeah, here's one for $100. I mean, these things are very highly sought after. These things are going to cost you hundreds of dollars now to get them in an unopened pack. How about that? The old NFL pencils and the team colors would have the name written really cool and just have like helmets beside the name. The greatest writing tools in the history of mankind. When all of the cavemen were finding the shell and writing their stories on the walls of their dwellings, they never envisioned that would evolve into the NFL pencils. Faber-Castell, I believe, made those. I don't know why I remember that, but I think that's correct. So good. So good. TLB says, Jen playing the sax while Holly delivers Mai Tais. Could Morris endure that? I don't know, Morris. What do you think? Could you handle that? Yeah, I remember the team books too. Yeah. Yeah, you could go to the library and get those books. Yeah. You know what? I also used to, my dad let me subscribe to two sports. Growing up, I had Sports Illustrated when it was actually, a thing. And the old, remember NFL Digest? It was a smaller book, the old NFL Digest. Because, like those of you who've been talking here, we didn't have social media. You didn't have all this 24/7 coverage. And the old NFL Digest, man, used to love those things. Hey, what's up? Prometheus went to Andrew. Yeah, the NFL did. 70s and 80s, man. It was subtle, but they were really good at marketing to the right people. Different league, man, different time. Pete Rozelle. If only they had a commissioner like that now. Because Roger Goodell was ass. He really is. He makes way too much money. He makes the owners a lot of money with TV deals and media rights deals, so that's why he keeps his job. But he doesn't care about the game in any way, shape, or form. Used to absolutely love the Football Digest. Morris said he would need a sedative or a body condom. Awesome. I meant to bring him out. Daggone it, I'll do it on Friday. You remember the old monster finger puppets? Y'all know what I'm talking about? They were rubber, and that's what they are. They fit on your finger. They were finger puppets, and they had the wild arms and the big eyes. I found a couple of those. I was walking around an antique store with Janet, and I saw they just had two of them sitting on a table. I was like, I had all these. So I bought them. They were only like $1.50 a piece. Yeah, man. How about that? DK Metcalf. I mean, that whole thing. And of course, DK Metcalf apparently has a history with this fan too. The whole ending of and by the way, I hadn't seen it. Thank you yesterday for letting me know. I can't believe the ending to that Lions-Steelers game. That whole thing seemed contrite. That's why the league is in trouble, and that's why Goodell sucks so bad as a commissioner, because he doesn't do anything to try to – they don't have any reaction to what their own actions make fans feel. Half of the people who watch the NFL think it's rigged. They continue to watch so they don't care, but that's not a good thing. I saw a poll done by one of the national pundits last week, and it was like 53% of people really think the league is not real. That's a problem. So anyway, this guy apparently has taunted DK Metcalf before. Metcalf saying he used racial slurs. And if that's the case, I don't blame him for going up in the stands. But if this guy is stalking him, because I had one way I looked at this story, and then when I found out this guy had a problem with him before, then I'm thinking, wait a minute now. We better give DK Metcalf the benefit of the doubt here a little bit. Because he seems like a pretty good dude. I don't think he's just randomly going up to a fan and making that contact. So I understand it looked bad, but then when I looked into it and found out this guy has caused him problems before, that's weird. I mean, that becomes like a Dateline episode. So let's wait until all the facts come out before we I know it had a bad optic. It had a bad optic for the NFL. He got suspended for 2 games. He's going to miss the final 2 games of the season. And I'm not excusing what he did at all. But if he has a history with this guy, and that guy knows how to push buttons, and Wayne, you're right. Now there's going to be a lawsuit. Is it just a way to try to get money? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. That's going to be very interesting to see what develops there. But until I read that the fan had a history, I was all like, DK Metcalf can't be allowed to play anymore. But now I'm like, let's just wait and see. Yeah, the officiating it gets worse every week. In the NFL, it's a joke. You can't have the chaos at the end of the Lions-Steelers game. I had to go back and watch it like 3 times. Y'all were telling me about it. And I still don't understand any of it. Just like the other day in that Seattle Rams game last Thursday, when it was an incomplete pass, they said it was behind the line of scrimmage, and then everybody stopped playing, and then some Seattle player picked it up, and they called it a successful 2-point try. The league's got issues, man. It's a problem, and it turns them off immediately. The brand of football is already cookie cutter, not very good, and then you throw in the suspicion of whether or not it's fixed. Somebody needs to wrap their arms around. I don't understand how this just continues to go unchecked. It's either rigged or the officiating is so bad. Either way, it's a bad look for Goodell and the owners for not addressing it. But it's a bad look. I mean, I got to be honest. I turn on games now, even when it involves my beloved Broncos, and I'm just wondering, okay, so when are we going to have calls that decide the game? When are we going to have the officials decide to be a part of this? I mean, you go into it now expecting there to be something controversial, and that's not what the league should be about. And when you have over half the fans that don't think your product is legitimate, I mean, as long as they're still counting dollars, I guess they don't care, right? I always care about that young lady when she joins us. It's Marva in Miami. What's up, Marva? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, Rick, and to everybody watching today.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I excuse me, Christmas countdown is on, right? And I'm feeling okay about where I am. Okay.
You good? You got everything done? Everybody taken care of?
There's a few things I still need to do, but I still feel good. It's going to get done. It's good. It'll be a little bit crazy today and tomorrow, but still everything's going to get done.
All right. So in other words, you're not done. In other words, you and Santa you haven't got the list crossed off is what you're telling me.
Mostly I have. Okay. And that's the key.
Are the youngins asleep?
One is, and one is not.
All right. So what is the big choice for Christmas gifts for each?
Tablets.
For each of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, Rick. You cannot expect them to share something like that. It's funny.
True.
We have one right now, but it's very old. And as I think we got maybe when my daughter was 5 or something like that, 6. She's now 11. And it doesn't work so well because it's so old. But also when it comes to sharing it, it does not go well. So
well, I'm sure it doesn't. How about you? Did you ask for anything this year? You got anything special from Hub?
I didn't ask for anything. I don't know what I'm going to get. I never ask for anything because I don't like to do that. I mean, I feel like though, if he's paying attention, he'll see some things that I might like.
Well, let me ask you this. Maybe you've already gotten your gift with Bobby Petrino being your new offensive coordinator. I hear he's going to have the motorcycle down there, and he and Bill are going to take Jordan out. It's going to be great. Boy, the chaos continues at Chapel Hill.
Oh my gosh. when I heard that news, Rick, I was just like, I mean, I try to be generous. Like everybody deserves a second, third, whatever chance.
This is like his 8th chance, it feels like.
But it was just like when you have all this chaos surrounding your program and things that have been embarrassing, it's like, is that really the way you want to go? But hopefully he's learned from that incident because it was very embarrassing. But I don't know what to expect, Rick. I'm trying to revel and enjoy the basketball season because that's going pretty well.
Yeah, it's going. That was a big win you had this weekend.
Yes,
yeah, that's a big win
you had. Big win over Ohio State.
And you're getting Trimble back soon.
He is back.
He's back now?
Yes, he played.
Well, there you go. That's why you won. I didn't realize he was already back. Okay.
He had almost 20 points. He had a key assist late in that game. And it's been great having him back. He also
he's the key to that team.
Against East Carolina, he played. And obviously, I mean, that's not a lot of competition. Carolina won 99-51, but it's still good to have him back out there, helping the young guys, because we do have some talented young guys. I mean, Caleb Wilson most of all, but they still need somebody out on the floor who's been there, who can help them calm down in crazy situations. Because that Ohio State game, I mean, really, it could have gone either way. Carolina won by 1 point, but he was in there to help stabilize things, keep everybody together, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm excited, heading into ACC play coming up soon, to see what this team will do, because I think there's a lot of potential there to have a very special season.
Well, I think you're right. I think he's the cog. He's the guy. He stirs the drink, and you survive pretty well without him, right? I think they did. They didn't have the
game without him, and I hate that because I think if he had been there, I think we would have won that game. But can't win them all, right?
Now that you're healthy and you got a full complement of players, I guess along with Carolina, Duke, Louisville, Virginia, probably the top teams in that league. Tech isn't too far behind them.
No,
Tech's pretty good. Yeah.
And I know that Tech has a key game coming up against UVA soon, right? I don't know the exact date on that. But some people
New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve, actually. Yeah.
So, let's see what happens. I don't know if where that game's going to be played, but I have heard that UVA is playing a different style and they're really good. And I haven't had a chance to see them play yet, but I'm excited. Like these.
Yes.
It's nice to see your team play these teams that they're going to beat, and they're going to beat very soundly. But once that ACC play starts and it's got the rivalries and people are gunning for, I'm excited for it. This is a great time of year.
Yeah, Coach Oldham has changed the whole pack line defensive era is over with in Charlottesville. So
that's good for all of us, right?
Yeah, and plus it's going to help them recruit better. It's going to help guys want to take NIL deals better there because they can actually play the game like they have always played it, as opposed to
yeah. And for the viewers, it's good for us too. I mean, I just always found the style very boring. And I know it was effective though for a while. They were doing well with it, but it was just not a game I particularly enjoyed watching. So I'm excited to see something new come out of Charlottesville as well.
You think Bobby Petrino is going to start dating one of Jordan's friends so they can have double dates?
Please stop, Rick.
Well, I'm just saying. Makes sense, right?
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. And I just hope that he has put that stuff behind him. Really. I hear people talking about the recruiting class and they're being excited. And I'm allowing myself to be cautiously optimistic about it. Okay. But I just don't want any more, nothing to embarrass the school. And when I say that, it has to be though with an asterisk beside it, because yes, this Jordan stuff has been kind of silly, but when you have but when you have other programs that have had stuff that's been truly bad, then I don't even want to. The Jordan stuff is just kind of, we can laugh about it, but there's been some stuff going on in college football that nobody's laughing about, so I'm going to try to keep it in perspective. I don't like this Jordan stuff, but there's nothing criminal about it. It's just kind of icky,
Icky is a good word.
I don't know what the right word is. That's why I settled on that. It's like if this were your, your grandpa or something, or your, your uncle. It's just like, around the holiday dinner table, everybody's like, oh gosh, she's here.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how all that plays out. But what about your hubby? What are you getting him? What's he asked for?
He didn't ask for anything. He never asked for anything, and I would just rather not say, because I'm not sure if.
Oh, is he awake?
Yes, I don't want to. I'd rather not say.
You gonna give him a Cowboys jersey or Cowboy
No?
hat?
I get him a lot of Cowboy stuff in the past, but I'm not doing that.
Does he know they're not going back to the playoffs again? Is he aware?
He knows. Yes.
Okay.
He knows.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure.
And it's just, I see this happen every season. I'm so excited at the beginning. It's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be our year. We're gonna do it, and blah blah blah. And he's reliving the glory days. I mean, you don't understand his fandom, Rick. Like, he knows every player on the roster.
Oh, I understand.
And it's weird. Like, to me, it's a little weird, but he knows every player, and he knows not just their names. Like, he can tell you where they went to school and a little bit about them and blah, blah, blah. And so every year he's so excited. Like, I can't even, it's like Christmas morning for him, with the opening game of the season. Every year he's so excited. And then every year that train goes off the tracks. And so I try to be like, I don't even really tease him that much about, a little bit, but not that much, because he's just all in. He is all in.
So he understands how far they are. He understands how far they are as a program behind the Eagles, who ruled that division. He understands all that they have no hope of catching the Eagles anytime soon.
He has to understand it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's sad. It's really sad, because he is, like I said, he is, true blue, all in guy.
Well, that's the only way to be. Good for him.
That's the way to be.
Yeah.
So, I just, it's hard sometimes. Like, the game, like this Sunday.
It's like you in Carolina. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm all in. And this game with he didn't even, and I'm like, you didn't watch the game, because it wasn't on in network, but like, he has these ways to be able to watch the game. I'm not going to reveal his secrets here on the air, but he has a way, and like, he didn't do that. So,
Wayne's asking if the Carolina shirt you have on is boycott to the AARP shirt.
Ha ha ha, Wayne. No, this is my Eric Montross. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, like EM on there. I can't.
Oh yeah. God rest his soul.
Yes.
Man, oh man.
So young.
Great dude. I had a chance to visit with him several times. He was a broadcaster, as you know. Great guy. He just a salt of the earth guy.
Yes. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about him, ever.
Great dude. And then he got sick, and he was still the same dude. And man, it was he went quickly.
And he was still raising, before he got sick, he was a person who was raising money for pediatric cancer. And then once he got sick, he continued to fight for those kids. And I just,
he did.
It's such an awful disease. I just, what can you say? And it's taken some really great people from us. So
yeah. Yes, it has. Personally and nationally, you name it.
Yeah. So it's, I like to wear this, a couple of times throughout the season. This was from an event that was held for him. A good friend of mine who still lives in the Triangle area got a shirt for me and sent it to me. So every once in a while I like to wear it. And I just, cool. I hate this for his family, his kids, and also, on the basketball side, he would have loved to watch this team play. He would love Caleb Wilson. So it's
yes, he would. Yes, he would. He was a good player. People don't understand how good he was at Carolina. Gary Montross didn't work out for him in the NBA, but he was a really, really good college basketball.
Yes, and a lot of times when they're showing old footage, like of Carolina and Duke, they show that Duke game where he was bloodied and he had blood running down.
Yeah.
He was
wasn't he 00? Didn't he wear 00?
He was 00.
I thought he was. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, good dude, man. Good dude. Oh, look at that. Wayne said he signed an autograph for him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember being on press row. We sat beside them when we played Carolina, and he was great, just talking to us about Radford and asking us all these questions about where we were in Southwest Virginia. And I remember people coming down, and he's getting ready to go on the air. He's signing everything, taking pictures. Just great.
Yeah, he was known for being great with all the fans, especially with kids.
Yeah. Well, Ms. Marva, good luck getting everything done today. You guys got to head out early. Who else going out now? You can't really take the kids with you, right?
I mean, no. Like this is all top secret coordinated stuff, Rick. I can't reveal it on the air.
I understand.
But my husband and I take care of this stuff.
You're on lockdown. I get it.
It's Christmas lockdown. I can't.
You're like James Franklin.
I think one kid's awake and one is asleep. So I'm trying to be careful here on the air with what I say.
I got you. Well, good luck with all that. You and Santa's helpers today.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hope you guys have a great day.
Merry Christmas to you and your family and to everybody watching today. Hope everybody has just the best holiday.
And you better post pictures. I know you will.
I will.
Facebook, you and your the kids.
Pictures, of course.
The two best looking children in the history of humanity.
That is so nice of you to say.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. You're just like, look, did they just fall off of a postcard? Come on.
I know. I feel very blessed.
They should be in commercials. Like I see all these other kids. I'm like, well, that's not Marva's kids. What are we doing? Right?
I hope my kids have the temperament to be.
The little guy would never wear what they told him to wear.
He wouldn't want to smile either. So
I'm not doing that. All right, Merry Christmas. And everybody in chat's telling you Merry Christmas.
Okay. Merry Christmas to all of you guys.
All right. Y'all have fun. Have a great time.
You too.
All right, be good. We'll see you next week. All right.
Bye-bye.
There you go. Marva in Miami. Sounds like her and Santa have a little bit of little work to do today. Good stuff. We love Marva. Marva is terrific. Brian Seigla will join us here coming up. I believe David Smith's good to go, and then Mike Burnop later today. The ACC is looking good, Prometheus says. I don't believe there's a true top team, but there are 6 or 7 teams that are good. Duke looks really good. I think Duke's probably the best team. It doesn't mean that they're invincible. And I think when Tech's got their full allotment of players, I think they're okay. God, I took a lot of heat yesterday. People were giving Tech a hard time over their struggles against Elon, and I defended the whole thing yesterday. And I understand how it works when you lose 3 starters and you don't have your allotment of players, and your guys already aren't motivated to play Elon. Elon came out. That's a huge game for them, built a 19-point lead. I thought it showed a lot about Tech and their depth and able to hang in there. Coaching staff, guys who aren't used to being asked to make plays, to win that game after being challenged. And man, people were just like, can't believe that it was Elon. It was Elon. What are you talking about? They shouldn't have struggled with it. They could have started a bunch of freshmen. I'm like, that's not how college basketball works, especially in the day and age of the portal. But man, I got people hit me up on Professional Door text line, acting like I was just insane for suggesting that Tech did a good job. I'm going to stand by it. Jeez. Come on, man. There are always near misses, and a lot of times it's by the team who wins the national championship, and a lot of times it happens in the tournament. So don't completely always look at the result and say, man, they should have done this, they should have done that. Well, they got the dub with a lot of adversity. And don't discount teams like Elon in this current day and age of college basketball. Mid-majors have gotten a lot better. We talk about it a lot with Keon in the age of the portal. Good morning, Mr. Lester. How are you, Chris? Good to see you. Yeah, right. Coming back from 19, 3 starters out. Didn't know. Wayne, he didn't know. Neo was no-go. Tried him out. They warned him up. They realized they probably shouldn't go. And that's a huge game for Elon heading into Christmas before they start conference play. So, yeah, I'm going to stand by it. All you haters. Tebow, 3 NFC East titles in the last 4 years, 12 since 2000, 20 playoff wins. How many the Cowboys have? Yeah. Right? Thank you, Chris. There you go. See, Chris defends me. I mean, did Tech play too many of those games? Yeah, they did. They didn't challenge themselves. They didn't travel in the month of December. We'll talk to Mike about that game coming up in the last segment. KB is usually Wednesday, Paul. So we won't have KB this week. I think he's traveling again. I think he's traveling today to get where they need to go. Yeah. Wonder if West Durham was I'm sure he was. West Durham and Elon grad. Yeah, I'm sure he was. He follows the program. He does. His brother, by the way, is their radio broadcaster. Yes, he is. Great dude. Great people. Good people. Tebow, what the hell was Jake Paul thinking climbing in the ring when Nancy Joe? An actual real fighter, one that wasn't choreographed like the Tyson fight. I guess money, keeping his name out there, but that was a different world when it wasn't scripted. Absolutely. Yeah, the glory days of boxing. Yeah, early 80s. I mean, if you go anywhere online and you look up the first round of the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns fight from their title match, I can never recall the year. It is widely regarded as the greatest modern round in the history of fighting. And if you go back and you watch that, you understand why a young guy like me got enamored with it and wanted to be part of it. Marvin Hagler was one of my boxing heroes. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And when he and the Hitman went head to head in that round, it's insane. In all the best ways possible. You can go look it up. All you have to do is type in Hagler and it'll immediately come up, Hagler Hearns, and you just watch that round. Watch 3 minutes of that and you're going to go, wow. It is the greatest round. I mean, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Yeah, he's finished now. He can't fight real fighters. You mess with real fighters and you're not going to win. You're just not going to win. Prometheus says NFC East has been one of the worst divisions over the past 20 years. Yeah. Cowboys and Redskins declined. Giants haven't been good enough. The Eagles have dominated. They have. Yeah, Chris, it was. Best round ever, man. Tech was without 3 starters. Hansberry fouls out. Exactly. Thank you, Tebow. No, Elon's not just a bunch of mid-major chumps. They have talent on that team, and they're very well coached. Up until this year, we've played them just about every year at Radford. They're good. That's a good program, man. But boy, I took heat. It was Elon. Okay. So, Tech didn't have much of their team with them. Still like watching Tyson in his prime. Yeah, he changed the game for me. One of the saddest days of my sports life was when he got knocked out by Buster Douglas, because that wasn't him. And that was a bizarre night. He was with Robin Gibbons. I think I'll never be convinced he wasn't, and Don King was behind it, that he wasn't secretly medicated or something that he didn't know about. That was not Mike Tyson. Everybody else was excited and celebrating, and I was just like, what just happened? Morris says, so heading up in January to settle some things in the new cabin Karen and I are building in Giles. Wow, Prometheus going to help me. Hey, I'm glad you two hooked up. Maybe we can all meet somewhere for a bite. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can do that, Morris. Iron Mike Tyson. Wow. Has there ever been a better call than Cosell's "Down goes Frazier"? Down goes Frazier. No, there hasn't. No, there hasn't. Absolutely. Anyone need last minute ideas? What do you got for us, TLB? My grandkids love experiences as gifts. This year I'm giving them gift cards to Discovery Place in Charlotte, Tweetsy Railroad, Rippers Climbing Center in Christiansburg. Yeah, that's good. That's good gifts, man. It's smart, TLB. Yeah, give your kids activities instead of just putting them in front of the TV. Prometheus needs a gift idea for wifey. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm terrible at that. Hey, Adrian, how are you? So is that it? Just 4 playoff wins for the Cowboys since 2000? Wow. Yes, we are, Adrian. We're talking boxing right now. Yes, we are. Amongst other things. We're just rapping until Seigla gets here. Ooh, that's a good idea, Wayne. Look at the peeps coming to help out. Off-Broadway shows, stuff like that, concert tickets. Christopher Lester says Discovery Place in Charlotte is excellent. Diamonds, Prometheus. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Thanks to Family Fencing, sponsor of our studios, Mark Hundley, McClellan Chiropractic, best in the business. Louise Baker is going to sponsor Mike Burnop's segment here coming up. We love Louise. She brought me a box of brownies the other day. Pulaski County Sports Entertainment, our presenting sponsor, Little River Heating and Air, Charles Lee, Ryan Pryor, the attorney in Radford, sponsor of our BDST Fan Question of the Week, National Bank, member FDIC, our exclusive banking partner, Travis Williams, and all the folks at Professional Door Incorporated, residential commercial garage doors, Ready Set Fund, with Bob Christ, Top Shelf Apparel, who knocked out our T-shirts, knocked them out of the park, Harvey's GM in Radford, Lawson's Mobile Home Supply, and, of course, the NRB Super Bowl. Great stuff. Always great stuff. Andrew Prometheus says, I was thinking more of a coat. I'm with you, Prometheus. Yeah, how about we just back off the diamonds idea? Let's just get her a nice coat. Jewelry store for the wife. You can do your shopping in minutes and very late. It never fails. Oh, Evil Knievel, man. Yeah, the jumps. Kidding me? Come on, man. Chris, the only color I have right now, because, I'm on a limited budget, is this gray because it's kind of generic. Here's the shirt right there. That's the back. And then you got the front right there. We got the little side angle. There you go. It's just this lighter gray. It's really nice. I didn't get black ones yet. Maybe I will at some point. But yeah. The lighter gray is all I have right now. It was a little too cost effective for me to get different colors. So I stuck with one. But I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this, people love the shirts. I haven't heard. I mean, people are wearing them and they say, man, these are what you said. They're the perfect blend of not too heavy, not too light. And they're really well made. And I owe it all to Brandon at Top Shelf up in Pulaski. So if you want one, hit me up. DM me, Chris. either Rick Watson, Big Dog Sports Talk, either way, and I can get it to you however you need. $20 if I can get it to you locally. But yeah. If the wife ain't happy, no one is happy. Yeah, that's pretty much true. The Thriller in Manila. Oh, no doubt about it, T-Bone. Muhammad Ali, definitely one of my all-time sports heroes. The best marketer of his time. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Christopher. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, just let me know, man. Hit me up, brother. Hit me up. Hit me up. No, Paul, there's no BDST lingerie. We haven't gotten into the lingerie. Female clothing is not necessarily on the agenda yet. Top 3 heroes in sports. Well, Muhammad Ali. Heroes. Anthony Keith Gwynn, who I have been very blessed throughout my life to meet people that I never thought I'd ever get to meet. And I got to meet Tony Gwynn in person with press passes in San Diego. And then he came on the show, first run of the show, and we did about a 25-minute interview. The nicest man for a guy that you're just in total awe of ever. Anthony Keith Gwynn, the greatest pure hitter I've ever seen. And he treated us like we were national media, just some country dude from Southwest Virginia going out there with a radio show with his microphone, and he just sat down and was great. And then he came back on the show. So Muhammad Ali, Anthony Keith Gwynn, top 3. Wow, who's the third one? Coach Wooden was a hero of mine. Got to interview him. Walter Payton, Chris says. Hank Aaron, absolutely. Absolutely. Sure thing, Mike. Not going to say the second part. I see what you're doing there, Mike. Ali, David Mabry says, Bart Starr, Johnny Unitas, old high tops. Johnny U. That was my dad, one of my dad's heroes. Johnny U. With the crew cut. Those are the days. Hagler, Hearn, Sugar, Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran was a great fighter. No Moss. Marino, Don Shula, Tiger Woods, Mike Vick. I don't know. I guess I don't know if I put Elway in there as a hero. I mean, I can't wait to watch this documentary on Netflix. Maybe so. Maybe you can count him as a hero. But Randy Gradishar to me is and getting to meet him a couple years ago, we went in the Hall of Fame. Hence the right there on my wall. See it right there? Randy Gradishar, my all-time favorite football player. The best. The absolute best. So, yeah, we can throw those out there. That's fun. Keep them coming, your sports heroes and so forth. And there is Brian Seigla. He's one of our heroes here on the program from the Boundary Corner Podcast. Hey, Brian, how are you? Merry Christmas, man. How are you?
Hey, Rick. Merry Christmas. How you doing this morning?
Hey, we're hanging in there, man. We're final show here before we break for a couple of days. How are you guys doing? How'd the big show go the other night, man? I know that you were looking forward to that one.
Yeah, we had a good time. We got the big one coming up this Friday. Actually, we decided to move from the 19th to the 26th, try to get a few more people in the building here. So yeah, we still got some libations coming this Friday. So everybody tune in for that one for sure.
Okay, all right, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So this Friday, what time will that happen on Friday?
9 p.m. Friday night. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast. Y'all caught me. I'm actually in South Boston at my mom's house, so you get a little different backdrop than normal here.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? I know you've gone through some rough times with the fam, and so sorry all that happened, especially close to the holidays. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing as well as they can?
Everybody holding up about as good as they can. Yeah, I appreciate you asking, Rick. Yeah, it's been obviously a struggle, just a lot to process, a lot to kind of work through, but I think we've been doing it together, so that's been helpful.
That's right. All right. Well, some tech news. It looks like they've added someone else to their defensive coaching staff. Sean Spencer was replaced down at Texas A&M, and he's now joined James Franklin. So somebody else that he's used to working with. We don't have any official word yet, but pretty good sources indicating Tech has a new D-line coach.
Yeah, that's a pretty exciting one. When we were looking at guys, we got word pretty early that looks like J.C. Price wasn't going to be coming back. And when you look at the short list of people in the country that you'd want to come in, take over that role from a recruiting standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, I really couldn't think of a better option out there than Coach Chaos, Sean Spencer down there. That was at Texas A&M. Obviously, the history with Pry and Franklin is documented there, but he was definitely on my short list, and glad that it looks like we were able to close that out and get somebody that can recruit kind of that Northeast area really well, recruit the Mid-Atlantic pretty well as well. And obviously the results on the field speak for itself.
Yeah, it looked like Mike Elko wanted to bring a guy he was more familiar with, he had worked with before. As soon as Spencer announced he was gone, they had this hire done within the hour. So it kind of feels like it was a correlated effort one way or the other. But I can't wait till we get the official announcements of the staff. That's going to be good, isn't it? Once we find out everything that's coming on from Tech.
Yeah. I mean, I know we got a couple other ones to fill out here probably in the next week or so. I'm interested to see what cornerback's looking like. I think we've heard whispers of some of these other positions, what that could look like, but it's kind of been a little bit quiet on the cornerback position. So I'm interested to see who they end up getting for that spot and what that looks like.
We're going to have at least 30 former or current starting quarterbacks in the portal. James Franklin's going to find or have a golden opportunity to find a good one. Have you heard any rumblings about any guys at all? I know we're not getting any information, but anything coming down the rumor circuit from the quarterback position? Because that's going to be, of all the recruits he's looking at in the portal, that's going to be the one that is the most important.
Yeah, I keep hearing Prabula, Gronkmeyer, and obviously Colton Joseph is still making the rounds as well in my circles. So I'm interested to see if we go with I like the idea of Gronkmeyer. I would like to see us also bring in somebody else in that competition. Now, whether that's a veteran to the caliber of a Prabula or someone like Colton Joseph that's looking to take a step up in competition level, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the market is going to be for some of these guys and whether that's something that we want to put a bunch of money towards, because we did just put a pretty good amount of money towards two quarterbacks this last year and didn't really get a whole lot out of that. So I'm interested to see what that commitment looks like and in which direction we end up going on that one.
Well, I mean, it's a good point you make, because the the cost of that position is just going to keep escalating, right? And that's why those guys are jumping in. They all know the market's going to just be higher than it's ever been for quarterbacks. And they're getting the advice to go from their handlers. And it's going to be interesting to see some of this, some of the money that ends up going to some of these guys, if we are able to find out exactly how much a guy's getting,
Yeah, I mean, we saw on the boards, at least in the Mizzou boards, that they were saying something about Penn State had thrown $3 million at Prabula. It was not noted whether that was what the offer was before he transferred last time or whether that was in this current cycle. And I'm like, $3 million for a guy coming off an injury, that's pretty big coin. But that might be what the market is now for a starting caliber, quarterback with some pretty decent numbers over the course of the last year and a half.
Do you have a preference? Just what you have looked at? Do you have a guy that you would like to see be that guy?
I really like Grunkmeyer. Looking at his tape, looking at the progress he made in those final 6 games under the same quarterback coach that he would have in Virginia Tech. I saw a lot of progress. He played the best, or at least 2 of the 3 best teams in the Big Ten in that first stretch when he first took over the role. So I'm really interested to see if he's going to be the guy, because I feel like he could, if he takes one more step, that could be a really, really good quarterback for Virginia Tech to have. And he'd have 3 years of eligibility left coming to Virginia Tech. So that would be my preference if we were looking at going that route. Now, you could look at a Colton Joseph who has a little bit more seasoning, if you will. But at the same time, we haven't seen what he can do playing a full P4 schedule. The step up in competition could be a little bit of a rocky road to start off with. So there's trade-offs with either of them. You either get youth with a lot of upside or a guy with a really high floor, but you don't know where the ceiling is against P4 competition.
And if they go youth, they're going to save probably a little money, wouldn't you think? I mean, as opposed to going out and finding a more seasoned guy. So that might be part of the consideration too, that you can, go out for other positions and so forth. So
exactly.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. We don't really know anything. What'd you think of the playoff round this past weekend? Wasn't a lot of excitement.
It wasn't. I was disappointed in the output that we saw from the G5 competition. I definitely think they hurt their case overall as far as the future of the playoff and what that's going to look like. I know already they probably have a little bit of a harder road under the incoming format than they did under this format, but the whole Miami debacle not going to the championship at all, and then Duke winning just put them in a spot where they probably shouldn't have been to begin with. And if Miami goes to the ACC championship, Miami probably wins that game. Notre Dame's probably in anyway. We didn't have any of this offseason headache or kerfluffle that we had to begin with. But ultimately Duke won, and chaos ensued. And some of that is a byproduct of all that process. I was happy to see Miami take that win, mainly because I think it sped up the timeline that we had to start having the conversations on Coach Chaos. So, that was purely selfish on my part. But I thought it was a good weekend overall. I mean, I thought Oklahoma and Alabama was pretty interesting, even though the final outcome looked a little bit more lopsided than it was. Some good games mixed with some blowouts, kind of what you expect from a first round playoff matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, they were kind of underwhelming. I'm sure they rated well. I haven't checked to see. I'm sure they all went nuts with the ratings and so forth, especially the Friday night game and so forth. But good luck to Miami. Why not go in there with that defensive line and raise some havoc against Ohio State, right? Go in there and play fearlessly. And I'm going to be pulling for them. I'm pulling for Miami and Indiana right now. That's the 2 teams that I'm kind of pulling for.
There we go. Yeah, I'm rolling with the Hoosiers the rest of this way now that we got the first round out of the way.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it all plays out, and we'll see exactly what happens. Remind people again where they can find the program coming up, and always at the Boundary Corner. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, this Friday we're opening the mics up for State of the Program for the first time, so we're letting listeners jump on, give their takes. We're going to be at Boundary Corner VT is the website. Check us out on X at Boundary Corner, on Instagram at Boundary Corner VT, and you can find us on YouTube as well at Boundary Corner VT. So go check us out. We'll be live Friday at 9.
All right, brother. Well, listen, man, thanks so much for all that you do and for being part of the program, and thinking about you a lot, man. I hope you guys can have as much of a Merry Christmas as possible. And just hang in there together. You will. You'll get through it.
Appreciate you, Rick. Merry Christmas to you guys. Have a lovely holiday, and we'll chat again next week.
All right, man. Take care of yourself, man. Eat well. Eat well.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, brother. Brian Seigla. They do a great job. Boundary Corner is a lot of fun, man. Check them out whenever you can. Brian's a great guy. Great guy. Just lost his dad, of course, a couple weeks ago. So thinking about him. Good stuff. We got a great McClellan chiropractic chat in our final show before Christmas, man. We're getting some great athletes. We got some good stuff popping up. Good stuff popping up. I think David Smith's good to join us here coming up. We'll see. But the chat is at a different level today. It's good stuff. Yeah, I think Prometheus, I think you're right. Grunkmeyer would be a guy that's familiar, so it sounds like he'll probably come. But I think you need a guy to plug in there that's already a little more developed, at least for year one. So you can bring in Grunkmeyer. He can continue, as Brian just said, his development under a staff that he's familiar with. It makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it? And then you get a guy, at least for this year, that can go out and run your offense. He likes more of a traditional type of quarterback. Your NFL style, your pocket guy. He's not much of a dual threat coach. So he's going to have his own mindset, James Franklin, of what he wants. And Grunkmeyer makes all the sense in the world. Really does. We'll see. There's going to be a lot of options. I mean, he's going to find himself a starting quarterback. I mean, it's amazing how many are in. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's free agency. So many dudes have jumped in the portal. I saw David on TV during the game. Yeah, he sits right there beside us. He's got courtside seats. VMI was playing without the SoCon Player of the Year. Yeah, they've got those. I didn't find out. VMI had black on, and those uniforms represent something. I heard some conversation. We had a lot of VMI fans there Sunday. I mean, there were a lot of VMI supporters there. I think with our students being on, I bet it was at least half. But those black unis, I have to look into it, Wayne. But they represented something with the heritage of the school. I can't remember. I didn't get a chance to find out exactly, but I'll look into it. It's kind of like, Army and Navy now. They put in so much to their uniforms and everything to celebrate the tradition of the academies. And I think that's what VMI was doing with those unis. They're going to be good in their league once they get Ricky Bradley Jr. back. Yeah. Yeah, they're well coached, but they're a man down. Imagine being without the Player of the Year in your league. And they still had 5 wins. That's tough to overcome. Oh, is that true, Prometheus? I didn't know that. So apparently Grunkmeyer's mom's going through stage 4 cancer. Wow, that's sad. Well, that might lend itself even more that he would choose to be with James Franklin and coaches that he's familiar with, right? More of a family vibe to it. So that feels like that'll happen, right? Yeah. Yeah, no doubt, man. Much respect to VMI. Coach Wilson, Andrew Wilson said, you know what, the toughest 10 days, they get there as freshmen, and in those 10 days, they call it a hell week. It's 10 days. They don't do anything in their career at VMI tougher than those first 10 days. And either you survive that or you don't. So when they're playing basketball, it's like a vacation to them. And you can tell how much fun they're having. Yeah, they're all great students. Those dudes are, yeah, I'm with you. I wish we played VMI every year. Radford VMI should be and home and home. I don't know why it's not. Feels like that's just something that's been overlooked. Tebow's taking Georgia, sticking with the SEC. Well, I mean, you can't go wrong. Kirby Smart in the postseason is a pretty good bet. It's a pretty good take. We lose sight, really, of everything, all the advantages they have. But I'm telling you, man, Kirby Smart's a hell of a college football coach. Paul says, "Hey, Wayne, is your wife going to get you some new yak merchandise?" What's great about seeing the new Salem baseball team's identity, they keep putting all this stuff out there, Christmas sales, and people are just going on there and ripping this horrible rebranding. And it's just horrible. I mean, they're going to stand by it and they're going to act like people are, and they're going to put out false sales numbers, by the way. What they got caught doing was putting AI created reviews. Somebody smart enough to realize what the AI created review, algorithm looks like. So they were putting up, hey, our fans are signing off on, what are they called? The Ridgeacks or whatever. And then somebody was like, guys, anybody can go on here and create AI. And then the guy was like calling them out, and then everything disappeared. That's not, they're going to stand by it because they're not going to change it now because so many people have complained about it. They're going to be all, well, no. Hey, Jeff, good morning to you. Merry Christmas. Thanks for chiming in, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. He says, gosh, I hope not. Mike Burnop joins us at 8 o'clock. We may not have David Smith today. I couldn't remember if he's traveling or not. I sent him, I'm going to text him right now. I mean, I know he's got his children in too. His daughters are in. So I'll find out. He may have told me at the game. He was at the game on Sunday. So he may have told me at the game that he couldn't be on today. So it's fine. Tebow says, I'd be shocked if Prabula isn't the guy this year, and they also bring in a Grunk. Yeah, I think Grunk probably feels like that's a slam dunk. Yeah. But you have to have a guy this year instead of just throwing a guy in there. You have to have a guy this year. And if David is traveling, that's perfectly fine. Please subscribe, like, and share our channel. Thank you so much. We had a huge response to yesterday's show. Thank you. If anyone needs a wife for Christmas, take mine. Wow, Paul. Can't afford her anymore. Wow. I wonder if she has a subscription. You might be in some trouble, buddy. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Family Fencing, to Jason Green. Merry Christmas to Jason and his family. Nicole. Give them a call, 540-200-8294. McKellen Chiropractic, Mark Hundley. Popping backs for the greater good. Oh, I know you are, Paul. I know you are. Ready, Set, Fun, ReadySetFun.com. Thanks to Bob Christ. He's the best. Raise some money for your organization. Fresh Door Incorporated, sponsor of our text line. Thanks so much to Travis Williams. Harvey's Gym in Radford, Top Shelf Apparel, Brandon, Lawson's Mobile Home Supply, James Lawson, and, of course, the NRB Super Bowl. National Bank, member FDIC. Thanks so much to all of our partners. The exclusive banking partner of the program, Ryan Pry. He's the attorney who specializes in trust and estates planning with our BDST fan question of the week. Christmas memories, sports-related Christmas gifts. That's what we're asking about. Little River Heating and Air. 540-553-2971. Pulaski County Sports Entertainment, the presenting sponsor of this program. And a little later on, we're going to hear from Louise Baker when Mike Burnop joins us. Louise Baker, Team Long and Foster Realtors. BDST is the perfect gift. BDST subscription. Yeah, for all those wives who might want to have something to do, check on their husbands and better halves, or worse halves, I should say. Haven't had Opal in here this week during Christmas week. Where's Opal been? Been one of our peepettes to show up in chat. Opal, you out there? I don't think David is going to be on today. Seems like now I remember him telling me they're traveling. If I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure he's traveling. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think he's traveling. So Mike Burnop will join us here coming up at 8. So we can have some more fun in chat talking about whatever we want to talk about. Final show here before we break a couple days for Christmas. Wednesday and Thursday. We will not have a show Christmas Eve nor Christmas Day. But we will be back to 26, and Jen will be playing the saxophone. You don't want to miss that. Because I think she went to the links to guarantee an A&M win, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't happen. Did not happen. Any offbeat Christmas meals? Yeah, I think Janet, we're doing Italian. I think we're doing Italian. Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure. Lawn darts. Yeah, I remember lawn darts. They got outlawed, didn't they? Because they were just killing or puncturing kids' body parts. I can't remember anything from last week. I do that all the time. Sad, man. Sad how much you don't ever intend to forget anything, yet you do. I do all the time. Ooh, a London broil. There you go, Paul. We're there, man. We're there. And as many of you have pointed out in chat, Christmas, it can be anything. Like Christmas is not, you have certain guidelines for Thanksgiving, which we discussed, and we had great other options too. But Christmas is just, you can do whatever you want. There's no wrong answers. You want to go Italian, you want to go Mexican, you want to go London broil, you want to go steak, you want to just make it a seafood bash. I mean, yeah, do whatever you want. Lawn darts were excellent for roof ventilation. Prime rib, mushroom gravy, mashed taters with tons of butter. Yes, have some. Veggie is the right answer. No, veggie's never the right answer for anything. Look, all of you that partake in salad and do all this stuff, all of you who try to act like vegetables are good, you're just brainwashed. You're just brainwashed. None of it's real. Tofu turkey with Caesar salad. There are probably people going to sit down to that. Let there be meat. Correct. And then you have the anti-meat people. They go around, they try to tell lies about meat. Oh, if you eat too much red meat, if you eat too much meat, you got some of the best stuff for you is red meat, protein, all the good stuff. You don't want to go nuts with it, but Yorkshire pudding, really? Not sure why they call it a pudding when it's actually muffins. Debo said, T.O.B., that's what she said. Hey-o. A nice Panera gift card always hits the spot for wifey. Yes. Here you go, honey. Here's a gift card. Let's go get some rock hard toast on some type of way too over-dried meat product with cheese that's not melted. Oh, by the way, and here's a bag of chips that will snap your teeth in two. Enjoy. Love you, honey. Merry Christmas. Somebody explain to me how Panera is still a thing. Oh, you want a nice soup? Yes, you need the soup because the bread that they toast is so sturdy that you have to just kind of set it in the soup for about an hour just so you can eat it without having to chisel it out of your teeth. Mashed taters and gravy could achieve world peace. Yeah. Brown gravy. Yeah. Yum, yum with an apple. Prometheus says, yeah, and for wives, that's what that place is for wives. If you're a dude and you're going to Panera, your sports teams are going to lose automatically. We did Christmas pizza last night from Pizza Inn. Can't go wrong. Christmas pizza. I like that too. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Panera. Hi, here's your bag of apples. Wayne says that hurt, Rick, but I like the Browns, so. I mean, if you had a Panera gift card, would you even keep it for 5 seconds before you gave it to someone else? Jeff says, the only time I go to Panera is if my 20-year-old daughter picks it. Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's not a bad idea, Prometheus. Says, I've been meaning to watch Tech basketball, so maybe I get the wife some tickets. Yeah, good call. Good call. Then I'll be in the doghouse. Well, come join us if that's the case. By the way, I want to brag for a second. Radford University, yesterday we released our student athletes, and yes, I'm going to call them student athletes. We had an overall GPA at Radford University at 3.45 for all of our sports teams. How about that? .45 in a day and age where none of that matters anymore. It matters to Radford. Paul says that's the restaurant we need, the old Pizza Inn buffet in Christopher. Hey, that'd be fine. We need a restaurant. We need restaurant sponsorship. If anybody wants to help out. Wayne says he may have UVA tickets since it's 2 p.m. December 31st. He's got to work. No, Morris, it's not. It's not. In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A is the best, yeah. Ooh, I like Shake Shack too. Almost my GPA. Yeah, almost. There's one you went to in Rocky Mount. What, to a Pizza Inn, Paul? They wear the old uniforms? That's cool. Yeah, the Pizza House in Radford. Yeah, absolutely. That was good pizza, man. My dad we used to go there after we work on the farm. We'd make a trip down there and get a couple of pies from the Pizza House. Tofu turkey sounds like something CNN would push. Yeah. Yeah, Anderson Cooper out there eating a tofu turkey sandwich. Boris is insisting his wife is right. As long as you're not agreeing about the Panera situation. Pizza Hut in Rocky Mount is like old ones with red cups. Remember how much we'd go to Pizza Hut and it would be like such a mega treat? I used to love Pizza Hut, man. Pizza Hut was great. We used to have one down here in Radford. I think it's a Chinese restaurant or something now. But man, Pizza Hut was a big night. You go to Pizza Hut. I mean, you're in. Little League baseball gatherings at Pizza Hut. I know our softball team, we used to go there. When we were dominating the Radford City League. You know who was on my Radford City League softball team one year? A gentleman by the name of Waddell Curry, Donald Wayne Snell, no worries, David. David is traveling today. I mean, Paul Snell was the organizer of the team. I played left center field. We didn't lose. Baked spaghetti with extra marinara from Fazoli's. I forgot about Fazoli's. Are they still around? Pretty cool. I couldn't look at my buddies to say if they told me Panera. Yeah. Tebow hanging out with his gang after an Eagles game. Hey guys, victory dinner. Where you want to go? Hey, let's go hit Panera. Now I batted third. I was the table sitter. Matter of fact, when we had see who we had. Andrew White was our shortstop. He's the best pure hitter I played with in softball. Unbelievable. Gordon Jones, I hit third. Donald Wayne hit behind me. And then we saved Dell Curry. Dell hit, I think he hit like 7th or 8th because we had a stacked lineup. It didn't really matter. And by the way, there was a little guy, named Steph that hung around our games too, running around. I remember seeing him carry a bat around. We did not lose very often. It's a good team. Gary Marion. We had a good team, man. Exit 98. Really? So there's one in Dublin. How did I not know that? There's an old Fazoli's in Dublin? Oh, that's awesome. Learning a lot. Yeah, Dell was such a devastating hitter that we had to switch sides of the plate. I can't remember if he was a natural left-handed hitter. But you had a home run rule, right? So he could come up and hit a home run anytime he wanted. He and Donald Wayne Snell. They had to work to make sure they kept the ball in the park. Great dudes. Great dudes. If Donald Wayne Snell or Dale Curry hit one in the gap, there was no point in going back to the fence to try to throw the ball in, because if you did that, you were not. They were already across home plate. The only loser of the people you mentioned is Seth Greenberg. I'd throw up when I see him. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Tebow, they would be a great BDST restaurant destination, the Roadhouse. We would love that. Yeah, that Steph guy was the one who ended up not being good enough to play for Seth Greenberg. Kind of like Kurt Signetti's too old to be the head football coach. What is up? What's up, Hedron? I can't read your name. Sorry. So, Wayne, you and Prometheus get together. If you want to give away those tickets, and you'd be helping Prometheus out, right, with his husband duties. Plus, it's the conference opener. I'll be in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Radford plays it too, as well. Yeah. New Year's Eve. But anyway, you guys figure it out. That's great. I love people in our community here on the program helping one another. That's awesome. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Mike Burnop will join us here momentarily. Roadhouse, Swayze, baby in the corner. No, TLB, we're not. It's not the Roadhouse Tebow had in mind. No. Of all the movies that you can say that are the worst that people will insist is good, Dirty Dancing may be at the top of that list. I have not eaten at Jim's Steakhouse, Rodney. I need to do that? Is that what you're telling me? Pretty particular about my steak. Tebow, he also played softball with Donald Wayne. Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure we had to switch him up during the game because he couldn't hit from the same side because he always hit a home run. I think you had a limit of 2 or 3. I can't remember what it was. It was sick how easy things looked to Donald Wayne Snell. Seth Greenberg explaining why he didn't take Steph Curry has to be the worst move in sports history. Yeah. Yeah, Harvey Chevrolet. Yeah, they did. They had a before my time, but they did. They had a dynasty. They did, David. No doubt. It was such a big thing, man. It's gotten watered down like everything else now, but you travel to tournaments and you made a weekend out of it. The Weekend Warriors, City League softball was huge. Oh, it's closed down now. No, I never went there. Never went there. Early 80s. TLB says, unload, Rick. You've covered Panera, vegetable salad, and Dirty Dancing. Let it go. Purge. Yeah, Dirty Dancing is terrible. I'm sorry. Just stop. Stop. Terrible movie. Correct. Donald Wayne, the Donald Wayne was the Snell that Steve Ragsdale was talking about. Correct. Correct. Yeah, Donald Wayne was incredible. Coach O'Mation chimed in on Donald Wayne. He knows Donald Wayne Snell. Donald Wayne Snell, probably the best athlete that I've done anything with, like being a part. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it'd be Donald Wayne Snell. Of course, you had Sidney Snell, that whole family. Now, Paul Snell had some health issues, but he was the organizer. He was the pitcher. He could still swing the bat, too, though. Joseph says the best steak you'll eat out is the Log House in Wytheville. Okay, this is cool. I don't know these places. Okay. Hey, since the show is national, maybe they'll jump on. Yeah, Donald Wayne's terrific dude. Yeah. The Snell family, all the Snells that I remember meeting were just great people. Dale Curry was a really good guy, too. Great guy. Yep. Mike Burnop scheduled to join us. His appearance brought to you by Louise Baker. Top 3 movies from TLB: Casablanca, Where Eagles Dare. It's a mad world. Yeah, that's fun. I have not seen Where Eagles Dare. I don't know if I can pinpoint 3 of favorite movies. Rocky. The franchise, but the first one. Wow, that's tough. I'm always going to watch Ghostbusters. The original Ghostbusters, I'm always going to leave it on. I don't know if you can find 3. You'd have to separate them by genre and probably do like a top 5 of each, probably. Then you could get into, for me. Because you have to separate comedies and drama and horror and spy thrillers and stuff like that. Sports movies. All right, Wayne's going to find out about his tickets and let people know in chat. So there you go. So those tickets will get a new home one way or the other. You know you love Necessary Roughness. Was that Kathy Ireland? Southwest Virginia, was that Kathy Ireland was the kicker? Is that the one where the quarterback was the guy from Quantum Leap? Is that a different movie? Necessary Roughness. Which movie was it Keanu Reeves was the quarterback? Oh, I need your help, chat. So it was Necessary Roughness. Kathy Ireland is the kicker. And was Quantum Leap guy the quarterback? And what movie was Keanu Reeves the quarterback? He was a quarterback, right? Here we go. Scott Bakula was the QB. The Replacements. Thanks, Chris. The Replacements. Keanu Reeves was the quarterback in The Replacements. Wow. Clint Eastwood, Richard Burton. I'm in already. That's good stuff, man. Oh, the Wildcats was Goldie Hawn being the coach. Yeah. It's the sport of kings, better than diamond rings. And then she would come on at the end and go, football. Terrible movie. It's the sport of kings, better than diamond rings. Football. Wow. The original Longest Yard is still my favorite football movie. Christopher Lester says Wildcats was fire. So, Chris, you know exactly what movie I'm talking about. Gladiator, are you not entertained? That's cool. I bring up Wildcats and somebody in chat knows it. Christopher Lester. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. It's an unpopular take, Wayne, but I do not like Remember the Titans because it's so state historically inaccurate. Let me try again here. I'm going to send it to Mike again. Yeah. It's so historically inaccurate with what went on. And they fed so much into political correctness. But I'm not a guy who is a big fan of that movie. And Denzel Washington's my favorite actor. So it's not like I'm hating on that. But anyway, we'll get into Remember the Titans sometime. All right. We'll have a nice debate about it. Joining us now on the program, there he is. 43 years. He's been calling Tech football games. He's now focused on basketball for the Hokies. His name's Mike Burnop. Mike, how are you, man? And Merry Christmas, my friend.
Good morning, Rick. Merry Christmas to you and all our listeners out there, and Louise for taking care of us and helping us out on this show. Yeah, hope everybody has a wonderful day here in a couple days. But, yeah, good time of year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And let's get into what Christmas is can be a grab bag of food, right? We're not kind of locked into things like we are for Thanksgiving. What's on the menu this year, and what have you done in the past? People have been talking about it all day in chat.
Well, anything on the plate is pretty good to me. So
you don't mind.
No, but since I'm in Florida, I'm going to have a little seafood for sure. But yeah, we had some little ham and last night, and had some a little bit of seafood stuff. Had some what else was on that thing? Yeah, some shrimp, and yeah, so it's been good so far. I think for the might have a little chicken parmesan tonight, but we're going to the seafood place. JV's going to a place called JB's. It's got the tuna tips. And you talk about delicious now. And alligator bites.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. The sauce you dip them in is like fantastic.
Yeah.
Not to mention the margaritas on sale.
Wow. Well, there you go. Well, that's cool. You get to spend the holiday down in Florida. Good.
Yeah. Well, bowl game. So, we had that break from basketball. So I took off Sunday and came down. We'll spend a few days down here and see some friends and probably head back Saturday, maybe something like that. Friday, Saturday.
Well, you've earned it with all the travel, travel woes that you've had. You need a deep breath.
Hey, I'm dreading next year's travel already for football. You could not
already,
go farther away.
I know, right? I know.
I mean, California, from Boston to Miami to Dallas. Come on, you kidding me? How in the world did that happen?
I know. It was didn't work out in the 5 games on the road, did it? Didn't quite work out travel wise.
Well, if you want freaking flyer miles, it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true. Hey, the peeps are asking, you hanging out with Aryans down there in Florida? That's what they're asking.
No, BA's got a family full down at the lake, so he doesn't live in Tampa anymore. He's down at Lake Oconee. Got a beautiful house down there. and they got a bunch of family in. So yeah, they're doing good. They're doing great though. He's loving life and playing golf 2, 3, 4 times a week. So BA's got it going now.
That's great. That's great. Well, let's talk about basketball a little bit because I thought, I knew, Elon's not a bad team first and foremost. People don't understand that. Plus, Tech was so shorthanded in that game, and guys are been playing a lot of mid majors this month. It kind of you got to be ready to take on a team who looks at that game as their Super Bowl in the non-conference. And when you're down 19, you find a way to win. I think that says a heck of a lot about that team. What do you think as you watch that game unfold?
That was kind of a shocker. I mean, they just put it on the Hokies. They came out and just started hitting 3 after 3 and built that lead up 6, 8, 10, 12, 19. I thought, man, this team's in trouble today. 6 minutes and I think 6:51 were left in the first half and they were up 19. And I thought, boy, if there's any way you can get back in this game, you probably got to get it to about 10 before the half. I think that's what a lot of coaches will tell you. Try to get to 10 or single digits before the half. And they went on that 11-0 run and got it to 8 at the half, which is pretty fantastic. But, they learned how to play without Toby, obviously in the Bahamas. And then what happened, Neo gets sick. He's not available, and the guy started 12 games. Well, his assist-to-turnover ratio is fantastic. He's a great passer, a facilitator. He can score when he needs to, as he's shown he's got 2 30-point-plus games already this year. Well, he's out of the lineup, and then you're thinking, who's going to run the show and pick up that slack? And so I think it took them a while, like a half at least, to figure out, hey, how we got to play without Neo today. Well, the other guys got to step up. And, and then you go to the overtime, Rick, and you got 2 more guys out. Amani Farah fouls out, right? That's your 4th starter.
Right.
And then Tyler Johnson gets hurt. That's your 5th starter. It's like, how in the world did they win that game?
Right. And that was my point. I think it says a lot about the team, the depth that's been created, guys who are not counted on to be in game-winning situations. Throw the opponent aside. That's still an impressive, a good test that team passed, in my opinion. And hopefully they get everybody back here. I guess, do we have a further update on Toby and what he might be looking at?
Well, he's not on that scooter anymore, which is a good sign. So he's kind of walking around in the boot. So that's helpful. They'll really reevaluate him when he comes back after Christmas. And they're still saying the middle of January. So we'll have to wait and see. The last thing you want to do is have a setback, bring him back too early and cause a setback. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Tyler should be fine. Neo will be well after he got sick. Jalen Bedford wasn't himself. I mean, he was another starter that pretty much was out of the loop. I think he took one shot and missed it. He was coming off the flu, and he didn't have much energy. So, yeah, that was a pretty good win for him. And, they hung in there, and it was kind of a shocker because Elon was good. I mean, I think they started 3 graduate students. The portal was good to them. They got a good team.
That's right. I think people don't understand how much it's evened out mid-majors with the portals. Really, it's leveled the playing field, hasn't it, across the country, mid-major wise, with the power.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, in basketball, it's like the football playoffs, there's 2 blowout games, which were a joke, right? I mean, why they do that, I don't have any idea. But, it's different from basketball because in basketball, you can get guys that can shoot the 3 and they can go out there and light you up. But in football, it's such a physical game. I mean, you just line up man on man. And, that tush push for James Madison is not going to work against the Oregon defensive line, right? I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you deal with. Same thing, Ole Miss and Tulane. So, yeah, but you can get by with it in basketball a lot better.
Mike Burnop joining us on the program. His appearance sponsored by Louise Baker. Louise Baker team Long and Foster Realtors. She just dropped off some brownies here this week. So Louise taking care of buddy around the holiday. Yeah.
You got brownies?
Cream cheese brownies, yeah.
Oh, you sorry dog, you.
I did.
The big dog is a sorry dog.
I am. Well, I don't know. I'd like to have what you're describing down there. I would like to come partake in what you guys are having for Christmas.
Oh, those tuna tips are the best, man. I'm telling you. We love Louise, though. I'm happy for her. And, man, how about the interest rate dropped again a couple of weeks back? And I'm sure she's excited about the new year and the inventory and people just kind of taking this holiday off, and she'll be rocking and rolling in January, I hope.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Well, let's talk about the playoff. You're right. The G5s, been a lot of speculation as to 2 of them are in that were, obviously the best teams were not playing. And Sure enough, it showed up again. Tulane, I don't know why we expect anything different against Ole Miss. It wasn't. And JMU just had no answers for trying to stop Oregon. The Jimmies and Joes showed up, didn't it, in both those games?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, the competition you play in their leagues is different from what you're seeing in the other big conferences, and it showed up. And so, again, maybe you don't have two of them in the playoff if Virginia had won the game, right? You might not have seen James Madison in there. But Virginia lost, and so that got Miami in, and that left a spot open. So, yeah, but I mean, I just wish they would fix that, and whatever they're going to do for next year, go to 16. Let that other group have their own playoff. I think it'd be much more competitive. They'd still make a lot of money. A lot of people would still watch. You'd get more teams involved. You get another 12 or 16 teams in, and so have a Division III, Division II, have Division I. Just let them all have their own thing and do their own deal. I think it'd be much more competitive. I think the fans would like it. I mean, that's 2 primetime games, Rick. Weren't very good.
Yeah. And it feels like that either is going to happen or, like you said, it's going to have to go to 16, I think, as early as next year. I believe it could. I think it's going to hit next year.
I agree with you. I agree with you. That's just like the next round, the Orange Bowl playing at noon. I mean, has the Orange Bowl ever been not a night game?
It's always a night game, right?
I was shocked at that too. So that's going to be an interesting one too. So, but those next rounds are going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. And Miami shows you, people are like, hey, is the ACC, how are they standing? I tell you what, I was pulling like heck for them. It was great to see. It was a defensive struggle. The wind was bad. But to see Miami win that game, I mean, that's big, and let's let them go out there and lay it on the line. I know they're big rivals with the Hokies, but I'm pulling like heck for the Canes going forward, man.
It's great for the ACC too, but man, what a defensive battle that was. Wow. I mean, scoring late like they did, and that was just one heck of a ball game. Unfortunately, you didn't see a ton of it because of our game, but that was fun, and hopefully they'll advance and move on, be good for the league. But, it did help out in other regards, right? The Texas A&M got beat because there's a couple coaches out there that could maybe jump ship. So you just never know. Get them in the house quicker.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Chaos is going to happen, or if it's not done, it's going to be. Well, they just hired a new defensive line coach the same day, so I guess he is gone. So he'll be coming to Blacksburg. Just do the math. Elko brought in his guy. So, it looks like the staff's coming together. They're on lockdown. I know we're not getting a lot of info, but the information that we're seeing not being disputed. So it looks like that pieces are coming together for Coach Franklin's staff.
It works, right? You get your guys in there and get it set up. And I did see Brent Pry the other day before I left town, and he's so excited to be back in coaching. And he mentioned a few names that are in the works, and if they can all come together and get the T's crossed and the I's dotted, I think it'll be a heck of a defensive staff. And so I know he's excited about it. And he told me, he says, I watched more film in the last 2 weeks than I did in the last 2 years. Because when you're a head coach, you're dealing with so much other stuff, Rick, the NIL and player meetings and all kinds of stuff that you kind of get out of the loop a little bit. But he's excited to be there and looking forward to getting going.
Yeah, and that's good to hear. I was wondering how his mindset was about it all, and I guess just the opportunity to be with his friend and to come back at a place that he loves outweighs what other people might speculate about that, right? About him not being the head coach anymore. So it sounds like he's in a good place with it.
He is, and I mean, you think about it, like we talked before, James Franklin's not here without Brent Pry, because Brent gets fired. I mean, how many guys that gets fired, Rick, would stick up for their place that fired him, the university, and say, hey, I got fired. You don't want any part of this. These guys are a bunch of A's, right? And you don't want to come here. And so Brent could have trashed Virginia Tech. He could have said, hey, you want no part of this, bro. And he didn't. And so that's a big part of the reason why James is here. And those two guys go way back. It kind of reminds you a little bit about Kevin Giltner. He was a guy that played for Mike Young at Wofford, right? And then he becomes a coach with him. He was here the whole time. Coach was here. And then Wofford jobs opens up and basketball gets the job. And it's the same kind of situation. I mean, it was like almost like a son to him. Kevin Giltner was. And that's Brent Proud. Their relationship goes way, way, way back, even with his father and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's great. Maybe unprecedented, yeah. But I saw Dr. Sands the other day. He was excited about it too. I mean, he said, it doesn't happen very often, but he said Brent is such a great person. He loves Virginia Tech, what it's about, and he says he's really excited about next fall.
Louise Baker, sponsor for Mike Burnop being on the program, the Louise Baker team, Long and Foster Realtors. What are you hearing? So many people have asked me in chat to ask you, what's the latest about what J.C. Price might be doing next? Have you heard anything specifically about Coach Price?
No, not anything specific. I think he's looking for stuff. He had a pretty good relationship with Coach Huffett when he was at Marshall, now at Memphis, I guess, right after he left Southern Miss. So I don't know what JC's up to. He was having a little bit of stuff the last couple of games. So I told JC, I said, JC, take care of your health first, man. The rest of it will come in place. Don't worry about it. And I think he'll land on his feet. He's a great coach, great person. And I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I agree with you. I hope so. I know Pearson Prelo said his goodbyes yesterday on social media. Another guy who's been loyal, been terrific. And I understand there has to be transition. I hope all these guys land on their feet. They're good enough coaches. I think they will. At least I hope they will.
Yeah, I think they will. I mean, they'll get jobs somewhere. I did hear the other day, Chris Marva got a job somewhere. I'm trying to think of where that was. Colorado. He was going with out there with Dion, I think.
Oh, really?
Chris Marv.
Okay.
Going out to Colorado with Dion. How about that?
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting.
Did I lose you, Rick?
Nah, you got me. You still got me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chris Marv, I think, ends up at Colorado with Dion. Prime time out there is what I heard. So that's great. Good for him. I mean, sometimes you got to take a year off and kind of recharge your battery a little bit, and that's not a bad thing.
And finally, Mike, let me ask you about the playoff weekend, whenever we get back to it coming up here after the long layoff. Who do you like? Who do you like in these next games coming up, the Big Four bowl games?
I still think Ohio State and Georgia are probably the two best teams. Who knows how it's going to land. I mean, you only got to win one or two games, right? And if you're good on that particular day, that's all it takes. So it's a matter of making the plays and taking care of the football and all those sorts of things. But they should be four really good matchups. Looking forward to it, and that should be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun. And as always, Mike, I know we want to thank Louise Baker one more time. Louise Baker, team Long and Foster. It'll be a great holiday for her and for everybody else. And I know that we wish you a very Merry Christmas and happy holiday down at the beach, man. Don't struggle too much down there enjoying the weather and everything.
It was in the low 70s yesterday, just out there by the pool for about 4 hours. It was beautiful. And today's supposed to be about 2 degrees warmer. So looking forward to it, Rick. A little downtime, charge your battery up. And but I do want to wish you and Merry Christmas and Louise and all of our listeners out there. I hear from people all the time talking about listening to the show. And gosh, they loved it last week when they were talking about Rags was back on there, Marty.
So good.
That was hilarious. What a classic show.
Well, and when we had you on there and then you see Coach Rad, that's so great. We need to know more about this trip that he made down to Florida with you at some point.
It was a classic now. That was Rags when he was a little bit more of a party animal, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
Now he's serious about it. Yeah. So we got down there and we had our guy lined up, all right. And
exactly.
Marty was the defensive back, okay. And we coached him to do what he was supposed to coach to do. That's awesome. I'm just glad Rags was able to get coached up himself and get online so you can see his face.
Yeah, it was great. We had to do 3 run throughs. It was just like going through a practice before we got him back on that second time. Yeah,
hilarious. That's good.
Well, brother, listen, stay safe, man. Have a great time. And thanks for all you do here on the program and being part of people's lives for so many years on the radio network, man.
Yeah, love it and have a great time. And again, happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas. And look forward to talking to you next week, Rick.
All right, brother. You stay safe, man. Have fun.
Okay. Have a great Christmas.
Care. All right. You too, man. Merry Christmas. There you go. Mike Burnop. His appearance brought to you by Louise Baker. The Louise Baker team, Long and Foster Realtors, 0382. And thanks to Louise. I know you're in chat today, Louise. Great to see you. You're the best. I love Louise Baker. She's part of our family forever. I consider her family. I mean, a lot of times people say that. They don't mean it. I mean it. I was completely lost when I lost Mom, and she stepped in and organized the estate, got us house on the market, and helped us figure all this stuff out. And I don't know where we'd be without her. If you're trying to sell a property, if you're trying to figure out what to do, if you've lost someone, there's nobody better you can call than Louise Baker and the Louise Baker team. Because she not only wants to help you, she cares about you. She cares about you. And that's rare today to see people who really continue to want to be part of your lives after you're finished doing business with them. But she enters your life, and she's helping here on the program, sponsoring, and it means a lot. She's a great friend, and she's great at what she does. All of our wonderful sponsors. Everybody here that supports this program are awesome people. And I don't mean just because they're sponsoring the program, but what they do for the community and how they're good their businesses are. And we look to further more partnerships coming up after the first of the year coming up. So I wonder if Bud will be helping still in some capacity. I don't know, Paul. I'm trying to get a hold of a Bud. Bud, I've known Bud a long, long time. He's a big supporter of Radford Athletics too. I need to find him at a game and get him to come on, talk about everything. He'll do it. I mean, it's not a problem. The show that he does with Mac McDonald is terrific. Foster and Friends. Check it out. You can find it online. It's great. It's great. You're too kind, TLB, because your show's a solid foundation with such great sponsors and guests. You folks, and I'll say this once and I'll say it again, you folks are what make the show work and why it's special. I mean, I don't know where we're approaching 770 subscribers, which is insane to me, just 4 months in. Thanks to everyone who subscribed. Remind people it's free. We continue the climb. We get a little impatient, but we continue the climb. But we're always expanding. This last 2 weeks, we're averaging around anywhere from 800 to 1,100 views of our show. It blows me away. And I thank everybody spreading the word. We continue to get a lot of people watching later, which is what YouTube absolutely loves. We've crushed all of our algorithms. And I owe it all to you. No, that is not correct, Wayne. But anyway, not the same person, Wayne. No. Any event, 4 months in, I was scared like hell when I started this, or uncertain, not scared, just kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's try this. And here we are. Found a nice studio component here. And I can't thank everybody enough for your support. And I hope everybody has a great Christmas, man. I hope everybody just revels in it and enjoys it. We were about a little over a year when the radio show ended. I took about 7 months off, started researching, and people started asking about the show. And I gave it a shot. And West Durham and Bill Roth and other people, like, take it yourself. They were telling me for years to take it myself. Blah, blah, blah. And here I am doing it. Wayne, thank you. I haven't gotten into the goodie box yet. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be great. You didn't have to do that. You and your lovely wife, Carol, thank you. Awesome. Paul says, like Rodney Dangerfield said, I've seen better heads on a mug of beer. Well, there is that, Paul. I won't dispute you there, brother. But thanks to everybody's contributions in chat and hitting us up on the text line. I mean, this is what it's about. We're all just fans, and we're sitting by the water cooler, and we're just talking sports and other things, right? I mean, I'm going to debate you that Remember the Titans is a really bad movie, and you're going to fire back that you don't believe that it is, but it really is. I can't wait. And I've decided, Wayne, I am going to wait until Christmas morning because I'm not going to have any gifts probably. I'm not a woe is me, but Janet and I, we've already done our stuff. So I think I'm just going to open it up on Christmas morning right there. I can't wait. So thank you. Yeah, don't put Rick in the corner. By the way, isn't he like 30 something? And isn't she like 20 in that movie or 18? With a producer like Creed, it's got to be a great show. Yeah, he's doing great, by the way. People still ask. He's just about completely healed. It's been awesome. He's back on the prowl. Let's put it that way. He's back hunting again. So I'm looking forward to him continuing to get better. Yeah, enjoy your Panera, everyone. No, that's not possible. Boy, this looks like a good sandwich. Ah! Blood everywhere from your gums. You know, if I want to fix a grilled cheese sandwich, I'll just do it myself in the frying pan like my mom taught me. That will not break my teeth. Merry Christmas to all. A Savior is born. No doubt, TLB. No doubt. Yes, let's remember the holiday and what it represents. And when you get older, you really remember that more, especially when your family starts to pass away and they're not with you anymore. But Merry Christmas, Brian. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all of our sponsors. Again, no show tomorrow, Christmas Eve. No show Thursday. We're back on Friday. And Jen, the Gamecock girl, will be playing the saxophone. Enough said. Morris, Merry Christmas to all of you in the Palm Coast. Hey, Burnop's down there somewhere. You might want to, y'all could coordinate. That could happen. That could happen. If anybody gets any cool sports-related stuff, share it here in chat. I'd like to hear about it. That'd be cool. Check out my column coming up in The Patriot. I write about some of that stuff. Electric football. I showed you my Houston Oilers guy from my mom. And enjoy the games coming up. And what else? What have I left out here? Oh, you want to see Selma Warrentine? People on the text line. Hang on. Yes, I had Selma. You know, I just wake up to it. You know, I wake up there. That's what there she is, finishing off the tree. That is a human being that the good Lord above took a lot of time, a whole lot of time in creating. Yep, indeed. Wayne says, as a Tech fan, all I want for Christmas is a QB. Tech's going to get a good QB. There's too many of them out there not to. They'll get a good QB. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you on Friday. Remind people, hey, we're not on tomorrow or on Christmas Day, clearly. And we'll see you on Friday, everybody. Stay safe. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We'll see you Friday. Take care. God bless you all.